2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness First Drive, out in the wild. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe buttons, so that we can continue to provide information about car and motorcycle news. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. The STI name holds a special place in the hearts of Subaru performance enthusiasts. Usually affixed to the rump of a WRX in this country, but also found on Foresters, Legacies, BRZs and more in Subaru's home market, STIs are the ultimate road-going Subarus. With the launch of the new 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness, the second off-road-focused wilderness model in the brand's portfolio, Subaru hopes to make the Wilderness sub-brand just as meaningful for fans and buyers. After beating on the new Forester Wilderness for a day on Central Oregon's forest roads, we think the company may be onto something. What is the 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness? The Forester Wilderness is a new addition to the revised for 2022 Forester line. The most obvious change across the lineup are new ovoid-shaped headlights on the modified front fascia, some subtle nips and tucks to the Forester's rear end, and the newest iteration of Subaru's Eyesight advanced driver assist system. But the automaker spent some time under the skin, too. Though the 182 horsepower and 176 pound-to-foot 2.5-liter flat-4, the sole engine option the Forester offers, remains the same. New engine mount brackets were added in an effort to improve NVH levels, while elsewhere Subaru revised the Forester's suspension tuning to reduce the body roll and porpoising we complained about in our last big test. The Forester Wilderness amps things up a bit further in an effort to improve off-road capability. Longer coil springs and shock absorbers increase ground clearance by a half-inch to 9.2 inches, while Yokohama Geolandar all-terrain tires coupled with revised X-Mode off-road settings ensure that the all-wheel drive system, standard on all Subarus, save the BRZ, has even better traction in low-friction surfaces. The Wilderness model also gets a bespoke version of the Forester's standard CVT. It features a lowered final drive, increased gear ratio spread, and a stronger variator pulley, all of which work together to improve low-end torque off-road. As an added bonus, Forester Wilderness models are rated to tow up to 3,000 pounds, versus just 1,500 for other models in the lineup. Rounding the package out inside is a Startex cloth interior, designed to be easily cleaned, additional hooks in the cargo area, and a liftgate-mounted LED light that shines down on the ground when the hatch is opened. Outside, the Forester Wilderness gets a heavier-duty roof rack with a 220-pound dynamic load capability, or 800-pound static, enough for a 3-person rooftop tent, some extra black cladding, subtly reworked bumpers to improve the model's clearance off-road, and an aluminum skid plate under the engine, though Subaru offers additional skid plates, including a thicker engine skid plate, plus fuel tank, transmission, and rear differential skid plates. Approach/breakover/departure angles improved from 20.0 19.6 24.6 degrees on the standard Forester, to 23.5 21.0 25.4 degrees on the Wilderness. Though that gives the Forester Wilderness the best all-around off-road angles of any Subaru, those are relatively middling numbers compared to a Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. Trust us when we say that you'll want to budget a few hundred extra for those optional skid plates. Is the Subaru Forester Wilderness good off-road? While Subaru's own research shows that only 16% of Forester owners go off-road, off-road is defined as however the survey takers perceive the term, it is nevertheless the reason why the Forester Wilderness exists. To Subaru's credit, it didn't hold back with a challenging test route, unleashing us on the surprisingly diverse forest roads surrounding Bend, Oregon. The trails largely consisted of rutted dirt roads, high-speed washboard gravel, and low-speed skull-sized rocks, with some mud, snow, moguls, and water crossings thrown in for good measure. The 2022 Forester Wilderness acquitted itself well. Unlike the Outback Wilderness, where you're always fighting body roll and porpoising at higher speeds off-road, the Forester's suspension does a fantastic job of ironing out impacts and washboards, making sure they're one-and-done affairs. The revised CVT, which does its best to convince you it's an 8-speed auto, coupled with Subaru's already stellar all-wheel drive system, also lends to the overall capability of the Forester Wilderness. It keeps the engine in the meat of the power band, turning easier washboard gravel sections of the road into impromptu rally stages, like the kind the STI brand cut its teeth on.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like. Leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.